Hey, greetings, everyone. I'm waiting. I have a YouTube up, so I know it's gonna come on. It's like a delay, so let me just wait 1 second when that comes up, so I can mute that part. And let's see, is it gonna? Let's see.
Yeah, mine just started.
Oh, here we go. There we go. See what I'm saying? See what I mean? Technology. Yo, welcome to Trey, the Ronin experience, everyone. So much love. I get it. Everyone's an empath. Welcome. Welcome. Insert your favorite term. Yeah, I'm an
That
empath.
way.
Yes, we're all empath. Everyone's an empath. I get it. So much love that way.
I just tried to guilt trip Reagan about not coming because that thumbnail, has the three people. I was like, that was supposed to be you on the left, by the way, brother. And then I just left it. I stopped replying to him.
It's the spirit. It's the spirit of Reagan is here.
Yeah, I was like, that was supposed to be on the left. It's too bad you couldn't come. Talk to you later. Maybe he'll come in. We'll see.
Yeah, man. So, how's it going, dude? How are you?
Not bad, man. Not bad. How was your week? I know you took a week off. Was it everything you hoped it would be?
Well, yeah, I've been really working on my health, my body. You know,
That's what's up.
heavy fasting, basically fruits. Papaya seeds, charcoal, salt, um, wormwood, cayenne and lemon shots in the morning. Grounding as much as possible. Um, and yeah, man, that's how my week's been. I mean, really been really working on myself, and that's what I've been up to. So
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that you did that because sometimes I know you push yourself, and I do the same thing. And these black mirrors suck for our health.
yeah, I mean, I've been really going through it physically, and I know it's not just me; others have as well. Does that have to do with the Chinese thing? The blazing saddles, what I call blazing saddles, flaming horses coming out. So I've been again just I've been really focusing on my health. Like it's imperative. Um, Moving, sleeping, and really not caring much about this internet stuff. Really more focusing on the non-internet interactions.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, it's definitely something everyone I think needs to be doing. I uh
Lakesh.
I'm lucky that I haven't ever really stopped going to the gym, thankfully, for too long. But
Yeah,
even after, if I take like a week off, I feel weird. So
yeah, that's good, man. Give it time. You gotta keep that same energy, dog.
I know, man. I know. Blazer MT was with us with me yesterday
Shorty.
on yeah, Coley UFO's channel,
Yeah,
which
what's
was
her?
there were a lot
Yeah,
of technical difficulties that happened. I think I wound up being on there for like the last 20-30 minutes just by myself talking to the chat.
yeah. I mean, I checked out before that happened,
Yeah.
and you know, hmm.
Yeah, it was
Inter-
hard. It was hard to really get much of a conversation going because of technical difficulties. But I mean, the chat was on fire though. There was like 27, 30 people in there just with me. So I had a
yeah,
bunch from sub over here. So I think a few of them are over here from already. I think from over there.
nice, yo. Yeah, definitely hit the like, folks. This is a family business, small
Yeah,
single
they were
family
like the crit.
show.
Yeah,
Yeesh, hit the likes. I mean, how difficult is that, yo? Like, I turned this on. Remember the last time we were on, I was like, yo, give me $1, man. How many? Can I get $1?
I
Shit.
sent you one.
You sent me $1, yo, and that was beautiful. That's the only dollar we got, by the way.
That's messed up.
And so for tonight's show, I reestablished because I was about to quit. I was like, even this weekend, I was like, I ain't doing the Ronin experience no more, yo. And it cost me like $40-something to fire it up for the month for StreamYard.
I know. I did the same thing.
I was like, all right, let me come out and feel, because I'm not really feeling it. I'm not focused on this internet stuff anymore. Like, I'm not focused on it. You've either heard what I've had to say over the years, or you haven't. You know what I mean? And I do speak in a bit of a code kind of way, and either grasp it or not. So we'll see how it goes. You need, the giving and receiving of energy is a thing. You know what I mean? And it's cool. I mean, at least hit the like and say what's up, and because we got some of the realest cats here that come through the Ronin experience, if you guys don't know. And this is some of the best, in my opinion, some of the most authentic content out there. There's no fakery, no phonies here, no dogma, no placating to authority, none of that nonsense. We have original ideas, and we do our best to figure out the source of those ideas and figure out all the mysteries of the realm on our own, because we can.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Can you are you able to even get like super chats on your channel, or have they?
No, I don't think so. I'm not up. I think you need like 1,000.
No, I see, because I'm able to do that now. I only have and I'm at 666 because apparently I'm Satan.
Dude.
What? Oh, you have to have it's the hours. So the Nathaniel Gillis ones got me the hours. You have to have above, I think, 500 followers.
Oh, bro,
or subscribers, or whatever they call them.
Wowzers.
So you're definitely eligible. We just got to get the hours.
Oh.
But you're probably close, honestly. I would check.
Oh, okay. I'll figure it out. Yo,
but I was telling Dawe, because he was like, last night it became the Chris Miner show, and I don't even want to say that because it's not my channel. And I am grateful. What's her name? Nicole asked me to come on, Coley Weber and SNX Radio. But next time I was like, Ronin should come on. You should be coming on with me. This way, if there's any technical difficulties, at least I got someone to talk to.
And I can talk, yo. I can vamp.
Yeah, man. It was I was outside of my my comfort zone there, but it was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I got a quick quote that I heard someone else say that I kind of like. When NPCs say they hear God or angels, and I'm going to add guides, speaking to them, but they really just never had an inner dialogue.
Yeah. No, basically they're getting hit with the that voice of God weapon, right?
Potentially. And then you're a pneumatic when psychics annoy you even more than Hylics.
Wait, even more than what? Sorry, I missed that.
Hylics.
Why am I not remembering what a Hylic is?
It's a fun term that I learned a couple weeks ago, and I wasn't even aware of this subset of like categories of people.
See, I'm honest. I could have pretended I knew.
Yeah, right. No, evidently there's a subset of categories that involve Hylics, which are like NPCs, and then you have psychics, and then you have pneumatics.
Oh, I should know this. My bad, man. This is also from back in the Valentinian tradition that like Steiner sometimes would talk about how Valentinius said there were 3 types of people, and it kind of mirrored normie, NPC, and spiritual, but it was like a Hylic, which would be the basest, not basest in the way people say today, but like the most like materialistic, non-spiritual person. Basically the NPC.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I've been dealing with a weirdo this week, which is kind of funny.
What were they doing?
None, I call out cat and they have the need, there's a particular, okay, so if you're really attached to this realm, despite whatever accoutrement you may wear, I challenge a ridiculous amount of paradigms here, and where the basement level fundamentals on even a lot of this esoteric cult stuff, right? And some people, despite their, whatever's feels the need to protect the realm's narratives and placate to authority.
Yeah, yeah.
And go, oh, how don't, and they use terms like debunk, and they use terms like throw the baby out. Don't throw the baby out with the bath. It's like I don't even this type of lingo is not even in my vernacular. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and of course with small hat types, and you got to protect them. You got to, yeah, and it's just very telling. Again, despite a lot of the rhetoric that one might spit in their most high-minded of jibber jabber ways, when you boil it down, again, a lot of cats out here are very they're guardians of the 3D realm narratives, trappings, because it's an anchor, and this is stuff we talk about all the time. But it's funny to have bump into some of these so-called holier than thou, high vibe types that
The high vibe trap.
when you start poking at when you start poking at their fundamentals, they actually literally feel a need. It's literally Agent Smith in the movie The Matrix, which you all know and everyone references it. It's like, and they turn into Agent Smith, to use that analogy that's been used a ridiculous amount of times, but it's very fitting at this moment. In fact, the dude, this cat was even called me racist because
That's the worst.
I'm not a fan of LARPing. I'm not a fan of hat gear outfit wearing Zio LARPers that whose intent is to kill and enslave you and kill you.
Yeah, man.
So I hold no quarter and I have no shame calling cats out in reference to that, and also their agents that again, despite any sort of accoutrement that they may wear that gives the appearance of open-mindedness or high-mindedness, is like this word, like these words, like these are indicators of where one's at, despite the one's actions, or like look at my resume, like despite one's resume, they reveal themselves. And this has been the last year or two exponentially has been the times of authenticity and agents being shown. I've been shown, it's funny. So I don't even talk about that, but it's like there's whole cliques, there's whole silos, there's whole little crews out here that are just, I'll just say they're either delusional, yes,
Yeah,
and phonies,
yeah.
whether they know it or not. So that's why I lean towards the delusional. And here, Chris, we try to pick apart every single paradigm and boil it down and look at it and look at all around it and go, what's left, what's real, what's phony, what's what, despite any sort of herd or any sort of group think, or like the
Hive-minded mentality.
hive-minded, yeah. So anyway,
But yeah, man. So where was the issues happening? Just in everyday real life?
no, it's on this
Oh, on the net.
Was
it was it on the telly?
Yeah, man.
Damn, man. See, I'm
Check
always I
check
never.
Silas's Telegram.
Oh God. Was it with someone who I know?
Yeah.
I have a feeling I already know who it is.
And they love their Steens, they love their Steins, and they love their Frankists, and they love their Zios, they love their Sabbatines. Literally, openly.
Oh,
like
hold up, hold up.
like literally and openly. You know, that's why when you people and what I was talking to Mr. Rioso. Mr. Rioso is awesome, right?
Yeah, Miss Rios is the
Bringing
man. It's too
little
bad
bit
that
of
we couldn't
Bill.
get him on here the other day with
Oh
his
yeah, he was sharing
internet.
stuff. But again, you know, because I like to spit my crazy alternative past stories that all the inversions on inversions demonstrate, which I have a couple clips here to share in relation to that, really ruffles some feathers of a few that are anchored to particular paradigms and parasites. Their vision is parasited, in my opinion. And I have no problem pointing that out, and it's just my particular research. And if that hurts people's feelings, then you may be too anchored to this thing. What's your what fundamental paradigm scaffolding of the psyche would y'all have a problem with if we start really being skeptical and looking at it at a in a microscope? You know, because nothing's off the table of being looked at over here. And it's interesting because for me personally, I want to know if I have any thing that is a sacred cow that cannot be criticized. Because if that's the case, I want to know about it. I want to look at it, and I want to pull it out. I want to pull that anchor out. I want to flesh it out and look at it in um, a skeptical way and see what's left.
I'm sure we all do, man. I'm
Sure.
sure we all do. And we'll as we go through these conversations, that's usually how. What is the hell? I'm trying to look at the comments that were happening in Silas's chat. I see some. I see what's going on. Yeah. Okay. I see some even Egyptian hieroglyphs for being shared. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, so I was saying that's another thing that hurts people's gets people real butthurt when I start questioning Egypt as they know it today as being fake and gay, and like the hieroglyphics. Oh, it just so happens in the 1700s they just figured it out. Oh, and it's supposedly been there for 3,000-4,000 years or whatever. But it's like America's where the pyramids are at, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
man.
America's where all those Egyptian source stories originate from. Yeah, that's what really makes people's butts clench because they show that they're in love with Egypt, but they don't know, And of course, there's projection on projection. I don't just say these things willy nilly. I look at all the maps and I look cross-reference all old books from the 1800s, and it's like, oh, they found the Rosetta Stone in the 17. Oh, they just found the Rosetta Stone. Oh, really? It just happened to be a little rock they just found, and it has all the. Oh, how convenient! Everything's just very, very recently found. When if you were, and this is Mr. Rioso said something like this. It's like, why not 500 years ago? You just asked the dudes, hey, what's that mean? Or 1,000 years ago, or 2,000 years ago. Why don't you just go, hey guys, what's that symbol mean? Okay, cool. I'm gonna translate it into old school Latin or whatever, or Greek or whatever. It's like, nah. It's like, nah, but that doesn't seem to bother certain people when they're like invested in these things. Egypt is a for some reason
There's a lot that's fucking not.
Hathor.
Oddly, I was looking at the Mayan stuff today, and even I'm looking at a picture shared by someone in the Hubanosis, and I see like Mesopotamian script, Egyptian script, Chinese script, and it honestly looks like a lot of the Mayan script. So it's like just even more.
Yeah. The Americas is Atlan. And there's massive amounts of data to back this up.
And the only other thing I would say is just to back yourself, like, to make sure no one could, like, get a gotcha on that, is to be like, I'm sure there were periods when it was back and forth, even before that. You know what I mean? Like, who knows how many times these cycles of we've moved east, then we moved west, then we moved east, or we moved west, then we moved east, whichever way. Like the Americas to the current east, then we move back to the Americas, and we move back. Like, so the narrative probably has always been flipped and
Well,
flipping.
the current in the relatively recent times, I can tell you that
Like since the last reset, you are basically saying
yes.
that, yeah, and I tend to agree with that.
Example like India, the country, is an incredibly recent naming of the name India. India superior is America. It's backed by maps and as well as linguistics and old stuff. India was literally in all these places, Mongolia, you name it. When did the British name all these countries? It's incredibly recent. And that makes people real butthurt. But what was it called before that? It had all kinds of other names. India is a new one. So they invert the realm conquerors of recent, since like, starting about 300 years ago or so, at least when they took down Al-Andalus, and that's why you see Heber everywhere. Hebrew, and the brew is like they renamed all these places incredibly recently. Right, so you can't plant your flag on going, India's been India for a bajillion years. No, it hasn't actually. And what has been old, and if you look at all the maps and descriptions and things, where do you see India? You see it in America. You have to look into these things. It's more than a 5-minute little thing. It's more than a Wikipedia search. You have to, because the cover-ups are real. The literal cover-ups. In the pyramids here in the Americas, have some of them outside of America, at least north, like Mexico and places, they've literally been excavated just since like the 70s and stuff. They were mounds of dirt. They were lit. So all across Americas, you have 2,000 plus pyramids in the Americas. You only have like a couple hundred bogus pyramids in what they call Egypt and the Nile. Nile is a made-up name. Nile is a made-up word. Like, yep. When you're talking about, I mean, it's a lot. Al-Lat. The Al-Lat, the goddess of Islam. That's why you have Al-Tuna and Al-Lat Tuna all up and down Appalachia.
Yeah, man.
The origins of Islam. All the Abrahamic stuff and all the Egypt stuff starts in Americas. It's, again, there's still remnants of that, and the cover-up still continues. But that's why you have dams and terraforming and all that stuff that's been happening here in the Americas. That's why you have these old buildings and
all the shit that don't make any damn sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when someone does, and it's funny when you do go against everything that I just said, and you give them a minute, you'll hear that they have these other anchors that are involved as well. Like, there's protected classes that can't be criticized. There's placating to authority. There's all kinds of things in that, and you'll notice if you start challenging cats, they'll reveal themselves. My thing is like this. Again, this is a brochure. The stuff takes a long time to figure out, to come to these inversions, because there's such a cover up. You You get to the Knights Templar, and the before that, the Teutonics. The Teutonics come from King Khan, Chinggis Khan, and Temujin. And that name Temujin, that dude went and and China's not even the old name. China's a brand new. China Superior is America too.
Yeah. No, that's a newer name.
Cathay, the Catholics. Acadians are from. Look up Acadian National Park. I showed the map on Mount Babel, that big old black rock in what they call Khan Ada. Mongolians all across here, Mon, and then Tana. And then you look into where the Tanakh comes from and things like that. It's a lot. It's like if you spent 10 years researching the old wrong stuff, you can't expect me to go give me the evidence now. I can't give you the evidence in 5 minutes of the complete rewritten history. It's going to take a few years. So you got to put a few years in cross-referencing maps and old books and even the current etymology, I, Eto, Wa, Edo in Japan.
Yeah, there was something I was looking at too from the Mayan today that actually lined up with what you were saying about China. I wish I'm trying to find it right now, but when I find it, I'll let you know.
So let me play a quick. Can I play a quick funny?
Yeah.
It's about 30 seconds. So that's what I mean, Chris. I try, so the basis, a lot of things I don't even want to talk about because it's built on sand. So it's like, why do I want to talk about the penthouse when the basement pillars are built on sand? Or limestone. Perhaps they're built on limestone.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. So it's just 30 seconds. Have a funny.
Crying if you can't fit into your pants, like truly crying.
Yeah, that means there's unresolved issues.
Yeah, there's no other option. Yeah, because you shouldn't be crying.
Yeah, guys, it happened to me.
I'll put it to you. I'll put it to
when I went to the Knicks game on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll put it simply. This is the way you know. If you're crying at things you're not supposed to be crying at, then there's what we call an unresolved.
So as a man who's got a perfectly, thankfully, happy, healthy family and life, if I cry 4 days out of 7, that's a problem.
That means that there's what we call, and I'll say it again, unresolved issues.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
Just having fun.
Yeah.
Chris, you cry. How often have you cried this week? No.
This week, luckily none. Which thank the gods.
All right, so I got another clip. Let me just mark it up. Let me just get it ready. It's 11. I'm gonna get this to 11-minute mark. Give me a second.
Where the?
No, I don't want to play that. Let me play a different one. 5:50 mark.
Who we got in the chat? We got Gang. Oh, just Gestapo's going. He's giving us a lot of comments.
Oh yeah. Let me see what this is.
I had to restart my phone because it was dying. My phone keeps dying so fast. I need to get a new one. Unfortunately, it's donezo.
All right, so let me play. Okay, here. Let me play America's Egypt. This is. Let me find this. Mark 15:25 is the mark. Yeah.
Go ahead.
15:25. This guy does awesome work. Let me see. 15. Darn it. I don't know if this is the right mark, but let's just hear it for a second. Let's go.
There's so many pseudo scholars in our community. One minute they talking about we're the real Jews. Next minute they're saying we're Hebrew Israelites. Next thing they're saying we're more sovereign citizens. So I kind of have blinders on and I just focus on the indigenous American history.
No, I understand.
But somebody had name dropped you in my chat and they were like, no, America is Egypt. Check out UBTV. And I went to watch your series with full skepticism. I said, here we go. Another dude gonna take me on a pseudo rabbit hole. But I watch, I listen, I had an open mind. And I was like, oh, that's what he means. So for those who haven't watched your America is Egypt series in length, if you were to give us like a brief synopsis on what do you mean when you say America is Egypt? Because some people may hear that phrase and be jarred, might be like, wait, what? I mean, Egypt has the pyramids. Egypt has Giza. There's nothing like that in the Americas, right?
Right. What I mean by that phrase is when we are speaking about the history, biblical history, the events of mythology and legend that were said to have occurred in the Middle East, right? Those events occurred in America. America is the setting for the biblical events, the events, quote unquote, of mythology in the Bible. And if you were to actually read the book, if you were to actually pay attention to the verses, there's no other place on earth it could be. We just have the geographic layout that no other continent has, by the way, that is actually being written about in the book. So there are certain descriptions of certain features of land, of certain, I would say predominant features of land that could be nowhere else on earth. Obviously, one of those would be the Mississippi River, okay, which is the Euphrates, not the Nile. Okay, the Nile is a Greek word that came along later as an adjective for tributary creek or stream, or another word for tributary creek or stream, excuse me, a synonym, so to speak. And also we have the Western Sea on the border of what we would call Lebanon, which the cedars of Lebanon are the tallest and most magnificent trees written about in scripture. They can't be anywhere else on earth. They would have to be in the West. It would either have to be the great sequoia or the great redwood. This is
So you get it. There's a lot.
And
there's a lot of data to back up the stuff that, I yap about. And UBTV is a good one to check out, guys, if you want to like check some of this stuff out and like how, Indians. Who do we call Indians, right? Who we called Indians and why were they called Indians, right? It's not because Christopher Columbus got lost. It's because this is India here in America. This is India Superior. That's why they're all called Indians, okay?
I got a link I shared with you too, by the way.
What's that?
I got a link I shared with you too, by the way, because I wanted you to look at something about the directions in there that the Mayans had that were also related to deities, and look at the colors, because I feel like the colors could be pointing at people, like races of people that might back up what you're saying right now.
Okay. I'm gonna roll something up too. If you share, I like the wording already.
I figured you would. You see what I'm saying under that ritual section where it has the color, the year, the direction, the name. So it's almost like they're saying like where in the Americas. I feel like some of these groups might have come from, and it's like a little bit of a decode.
I've already shown you in the maps in Mexico. That's where you get the Anunnaki verbiage. That's also where you get Sino, like China. Lots of stuff related to that. But what are we looking at?
Go down to under ritual a little bit lower. just that little chart right there with the directions and the four, like the colors that they have related to each. I just thought that was interesting.
Oh, and they also, we talked about this a while ago, a few months ago, about, I was saying how the rivers, the Yellow River, the Black River, all these rivers have been renamed and moved and changed into other locations. See, that's my problem, is like, if your belief system is based on things that may have been changed and they were different geographically, in another location, that's a big deal to me. So you can't, it's it's hard to really plant your flag on one belief system when the shit probably changed.
Yeah.
Con.
See, for some reason, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, so are they saying, so Northern America, northern, from where they would be maybe more like a white race, Southern would be more of like the yellow or Chinese type of ancestry. The East would be like a red people. The West, like near, like Cali, would be like the black, the Moors maybe. Like, I'm wondering if that's like what this is all kind of encoding. I don't know. It just was a thought I had when I was looking at it.
I mean, that's valid. You know what I mean? I think that's valid. There's something to that for sure.
Cause it's just odd to me to like, it's even like, I feel like even the years, the one being Moloch, I'm sure, and that being associated with white already gets me real interested in that, because then I'm associating it with Moloch and with who would be white from the north. That is
in the Mu. In the Mu.
Exactly. So there's a lot that could be encoded in that, but who knows?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's something.
Yeah, and they had the these were the people who had the turtle, I think, representing the earth, the turtle god.
Yeah, and I'm not against that. We play. I'm gonna line up another video about some of this. So this is why I'm on this trip, because it's important. This, in my opinion. So, oh yeah, and I mean, if you guys want to know about the red Jews, and look in the search for Prester John, right? That's another fun one. Prester John from Abyssinia, right? Prester, priest, right? John is basically king. So you basically have God King. Let me see. And Marco Polo, they'll make you think he was running around in what you call China nowadays, but he actually came across two Americas. I know that's difficult to believe. I'm not asking you to believe it. I'm asking, if you're interested in something like that, look into it. Give me a second to find a good spot. Now, this guy has good information, but he does kind of tend to drone on a bit. And I got to get this book. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm going to play it from here for a moment. This is valid. He's looking, this, I know I'm not sharing yet, but this is showing the East Coast of, like, I think this map is showing the East Coast of America. But let's give this a chance to see what's going on.
Change these letterings around so, they can change the sound. See, this is originally the Keber. The Kivera is the Keber. The Keber is the Eber. It's the Heber, like the Hebrew. So it goes from being the Eber or Keber to Kivera or Kibera, just like this here. This great book I need to get. by Gene D. Matlock from Khyber Pass, because they got a Khyber Pass in Afghanistan. When you talk Afghan, they keep bringing you to this Khyber Pass, which is really in America, New Mexico, Arizona, you did. When India ruled the world, we're talking India superior, so yeah, we ain't talking little India. Baba Kavera, right? Or Grand Quivera is Kivera with the K, interchangeable with the Q. This is just the word magic. Kivera is Khyber, Managa. You see a separate researcher putting this together, not me. I'm surfing the wave with Jay Madlock, man. Get his book. From Khyber or Khyber Pass to Grand Quivera. Khyber is Khyber, is Quivera, Managa. Is Heber, Managa. Because they're taking off C's and K's. This is how they're disguising what is Eber. Who's Eber? Oh, now it's a Kiver, right? Or a Kivera with a Q. All to hide the Hebrew, which is you, Eber. Oh, yeah, Eberu. They want to put you in Afghanistan now, Managa. They want to put you on a whole nother land.
So, what'd you think about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, they have to be. I almost feel like at this point, the children of some of these families are even so twisted up that they probably have lost track of what the original history, or at least the older history that their bloodlines have somewhere written down, even is. They're just going through the motions, some of these front men for these families.
Yeah. So this is funny when I question these, this hurts some people's feelings, and that tells you where some people are, in reference to this, because this, in my opinion, shakes the very pillars of all belief systems. And it's funny to be called, have words like debunked and racist and I project or something. It's like, I don't project. What do you mean? Pretty good at being aware of whether I'm projecting or not. But this hurts people's feelings, Joe.
Yeah. People have a real connection to that.
They're invested heavily in it. They're invested.
It's because of World War II.
Well, yeah, and then I get into Europa, and that's where you get Yoruba, or vice versa. Yoruba. Look into Yoruba, and look into the Yoruba pantheon. All right, and it's so hilarious. This got reminded to me recently. I was watching a cartoon, Raiders of the Lost Ark season 2, and it's fun. And it's all about, they're all in Brazil. It's like the whole show. It's like all about being in Brazil and finding these Yoruba masks of these deities. Yoruba. So I was like, yo, Europa, right? Real simple. It's right there. And I was like, went down this Yoruba rabbit hole. And it's interesting. And it's funny, like, so when you get into the like World War II's, the massive, they were actually killing Hebrews. But the thing is, those Hebrews are different. Like, they don't talk about them.
Yeah.
Because they were the OG Hebrews. They were what you would consider like just country. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the ones gypsies, but like
the ones who believe that they were never supposed to have a land of their own, like that. That
the
was
real. Like the real actual bloodlines of those that can consider themselves Hebrew.
Yeah.
those like so-called summer camps, they call them concentration camps. That was not them. It was a work camp. They had a soccer team, but so that was a whole nother thing. But that's when the rewriting of the past is very, very recent. Again, I even showed you guys Georgia, the country. When was Georgia called Georgia? Literally 20 years ago. Not 500 years, 800 years. No, it was literally called Georgia 20 years ago. It had a whole different name. I can't pronounce it. It's like SC. It's like one of those difficult, languages that I don't know very well. But that's all brand new, recent stuff. So these changes of things are recent. That's why I have a problem with like the Crowleys, Chris, and the Blavatskys and things, because in my opinion, they were agents of like an alternative. They were like the controlled opposition of that we'd see today. They would be like the Alex Joneses, but of the back in the day. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like speaking against, we're the counter culture to the thing, but they're actually also the thing.
Especially Crowley, dude. He was on like fucking magazine covers and stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Such an enemy. Oh, he's so. And it's like, when they get that reach, it's the same with a lot of stuff.
He's intelligence. He was intelligence. It's proven at this point.
Let me just play this real fast. It looks like he's going to read something. It looks interesting. Let's see if it goes anywhere fun.
All right. Let's see what let's decipher what they're giving and compare it back with that $1,000 book, The Medieval Empire of the Israelites, that we've been dropping, for all my noggins, absolutely free, the PDF. And it's also on your Ether packs, man. Let's get it. So this is a separate link, that I'm reading for the first time. And I got a couple more. We're going to connect them. We got a whole drop. Go to Prester John 70. Man, when you surfing the wave with the PJs, you got all the drop already, man.
Okay, so by the way, that is that person's YouTube thing is 432 The Drop Radio, and he has if you want to learn, or at least even start to learn about like Prester John, for example, he has almost 200 videos between 5 to 8 hours long.
He's got a lot.
So what's that? What's like 1,000 hours, give or take, on just that topic. So, and then book references and then map references. So you can go and do your own homework outside of that. Come holler at me at a couple thousand hours in on digging into this stuff, and then come and see if I'm being weird. You know what I mean? Or being a heathen. How dare you, pagan heathen questioner, whatever's. I would be, and what's funny is, be careful, because we are going into a police technocratic state, and people do get rewarded for hey man, telling the authorities. That's one way to take out someone you don't like. You could even just say that person's a heathen, doesn't believe, and then you get taken out. And I don't know. That's a real thing. I'm not even trying to be goofy. That's
no, for real.
This reminds me of Tribe of Dan or something.
Dude, exactly. That's why I brought it up, because I was thinking Tribe of Dan, but then I also, all the stag symbolism that's been coming up with the UAP phenomenon type agenda that's going on right now. Like, they keep projecting the buck or the stag and all this deer symbolism. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I remembered at the same time this past week, the dude from that famous actor from Grey's Anatomy, Eric Dane, just died. So, and if you look at what they say, Dane is
I have no idea who. I don't think I've ever watched an episode of.
you ever see the show, what was it, the Last Ship, I think it's called, or
I'm
on
sure
on USA?
No, keep going. I didn't mean to.
You would know who he was if you saw him. He was in a bunch of things aside from that show. But he died early, like pretty young. I think he was only like 60. But if you go down on the wiki and see what the deer that's called Dane actually stands for, I think it actually might be right up there in the beginning. It means why have I lost it now? Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Let me look at your page. It should mean the dead one, right? Or hold on, I'm gonna go back. It's right there in God, I'm so sorry that I didn't have this up on my page. I was like looking around when you did that. It's somewhere on there.
It's right here.
You found it? All right, good. Yeah, so it means the dead one.
Yeah.
And my dude literally just died. That guy literally just died. So I think that's also interesting.
Today?
This week, like it was.
Rest in power.
Or maybe not even this week, 2 weeks ago. But there've been documentaries coming out all over the place about him and stuff. It was just out of nowhere.
Chuck Norris, shout out Chuck Norris.
So I thought that was really strange. Dang, you get these 4 horsemen-like sort of stags that are also symbolic of the UAP, UFO, whatever the hell phenomenon and psychological operation is going on there. So it's and now if you look at the other names, I'm almost wondering if they're gonna
where are they?
Start connecting to the other things that we're seeing, and I guarantee that we'll find at least one.
I don't think they're defining each name. They're saying they're all the same. So they basically defined it as far as that goes.
Well, it says he took Dane, the dead one, Violin, the unconscious one, to be the calm winds, Gianere, thundering in the ear, which is like kind of like the voice of God, and Dora Pror, or thriving slumber.
Bro, this connects right here. So Chris, I can speak.
Oh, there's your Naga.
There's my Naga right there, dude. and it's the R, the Ru, the Ro, and the Ru, where R has Naga, and we see Nagas everywhere, and Naga or Negus, or Nikas, if you want to get mythological about it. But they're all basically the same. And they're like, I don't know if they're equivalent to like what would be the equivalent to a Khan. Because in my research, I found that Ko is like, for example, Ko, right? If you see the word Ko, it's like a local like chieftain. It's masculine, and it's just a local like. This guy is the governor of this area, but like a Naga is like royalty back in the day. This is literally the previous realm that got beat. They were the one before this current realm right here, or they might even been 2 down from where we are now. But this words. That's what that means, and you'll see it everywhere. You'll see Ru and Ro everywhere, and just think these are synonymous. You even see, and then Kara and all that. So, by the way, there's no heroes in this story. I think everyone sucks. Like people in charge. It seems like no one's super cool, but this is just the facts. I'm just giving the facts as I sneeze, as I snore.
I mean, it almost seems like these 4 stags are very much related to whatever the 4 horsemen are in Revelation, or it's also the 4 directional points, like just like the last One was from the Maya. It's also the four the elementals basically. Like there's a representation for water, wind, fire, and earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you know who would be. I'm sure Benjamin Ballerson would be good at. He probably knows all about this one since this is part of that, like his sort of territory.
Yeah.
Which I think, by the way, next Saturday he wants to do another live with like going over some of that stuff we never finished on that last one with him. Was like me, you, Silas, him, his buddy, and Reagan.
Oh.
So just see if that's cool for you. I think Silas said around 11 GMT, which is, you know, around like 5 or 6 or 7 hours. We'll figure it out. It's like around nighttime, around this time.
I'm down. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it.
Come on the Ronin experience. I'm down. You know, if he wants to go on your guys' stuff, like, sounds like he wants to talk to Silas and get more technical, which is interesting.
Dude, but we could all multi-stream it, bro. I don't give a fuck. You know that.
No, it's different when I'm the host of a soiree or when I'm not the host.
Oh yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you.
Like if I just jump on someplace, I'm like, sweet. But you know, if you come over to my house, I'm trying to.
It's nice when you're not hosting, you get to relax. But when you are hosting, yeah, it's a different story.
It's a responsibility, folks, and with great responsibility comes definitely not conformity. Comes great power. Let's listen to this. This actually goes back. I marked this down. I said play mark 20 minutes. I don't remember what it's about, but it's related to those personality types and, you know, this terminology: hylics, psychics, and mnemonics.
Where you are? Where you're at on the screen? Let me see. Okay, go ahead.
Let's give it a chance to see where I have it written down for a reason. So let's see. I still remember what it was.
Right. Like whenever you talk about like certain, you know, uncomfortable realities, people say, oh, you're being so negative. You're being so pessimistic, bro. Just, you know, just be positive, bro. Just be confident, right? Yet again, superficial answers that maintain psychological comfort. Just be confident. Just work harder. Just, you know, just be Sigma. Just toughen up, bro. All of the superficial advice that you get from normies is about this, right? So yet again, they want superficial answers that maintain psychological comfort. They avoid confronting contradictions in their worldview that might disrupt their equilibrium. Okay, so this is their value system is about psychological comfort. They value psychological comfort.
Chris, is this good?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I like it.
All right, let's keep letting it play. Maybe another
over the truth, right? And number 3 here, you have the utilitarian approach. They engage only with concepts, relationships, and pursuits that offer immediate practical benefits in daily life. This is related to the sensor types. What did we say about the sensor types in the Myers-Briggs type indicator? They only they like ideas that have practical benefits, practical applications. They only pursue knowledge. Right, like right here, knowledge is valued solely for its utility rather than its transformative potential. They don't value knowledge for its own sake. They don't value philosophy for its own sake. They only value it if it can make them money. Oh, can I get? If I go to college to learn this, I can make money. I can have a big career. I could be a lawyer. I could be, you know. It makes me think of like the whole learn to code stuff that used to happen. Oh, I can learn this for computer science stuff to make money. I can make money off of this. Like that's the sort of lens that the NPC views knowledge. They don't care about knowledge if it doesn't benefit them in a material sense, right? And this 4th attribute right here, they're action-oriented, focused entirely on doing and having, rather.
So I could keep playing this because this video was great. It's an hour and 13 minutes long.
Is this something that what? I feel like this is something. What's his name?
I'll share it if you guys are.
Mysterioso was getting into a little bit on one of the servers too, because it's starting to get into the like the Myers-Briggs sort of personality types, and if you're a intuitive or a sensitive.
Yeah, it's a whole there's a whole bunch of categories, but a lot of them are. It's like new verbiage for other little sectors that you have the same concepts, just different some terminologies. You know.
Yeah, and and I guess this guy's interpreting it in a way where like sensitives are. Is he saying basically they're not they're only reacting, right?
Night, Kelly Boyles, dude. You remember when? Remember when Kelly Boyles, she came through here? She was not my biggest fan, bro. But I think I won her over.
I think you did too. I think you did.
She was here for you, and I think I slowly won her over.
I think you did too.
Night, Kelly. Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah, Kelly.
We've been on an hour. I don't think this is not going to be a marathon. I think.
No.
10 more minutes in us tops.
But
yeah, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Was that guy was saying basically that like the sensitives, and as opposed to the intuitives, the sensitive types were reactive types, and basically they are the more so inclined to be normie or NPC types because
yes,
they're not thinking for themselves or reacting. Yeah,
and I would say that they're very anchored and tied into this realm. Tapped into this realm. Have
you ever taken one of those tests? I actually have.
No, I haven't.
I remember I was in INFJ or something.
That's the word I just used because INJT or something or JTNI or something.
I think something like that. And
it's a whole sector. That's where that guy is coming from. That sector, that type of vernacular, lingo or whatever. You know what I mean? But yes, yeah. And that's why it's funny. It's almost like when I say, like everyone's an empath. And so everyone's like, oh, it reminds me, Chris, of a friend of mine. Can I tell a short story?
Yeah, of course.
I was thinking about this the other day. A good friend of mine. We've been downrange, we were everything, right? So he told me years ago, he's like, you're an autodidactic. And he's like, I'm also an autodidactic. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just a figure outer, because I would just figure things out. I don't know. I didn't put a label on it. And I actually think it's kind of like, how do you figure things out? When you're a kid, you ever just take a lawnmower apart just to see, or take something and go, what's this? And see if you can put it back together again. So it's not like an autodidactic.
Well, and he probably should have said autodidact.
Well, no, that's what he said. I'm sorry. This is Roninologies.
Oh, that's okay. Apologies.
But I'm just thinking these labels and everything needs a thing. It's like, no. You guys have probably had like an old car when you had your first car and you're like 16, 17. You're like, oh man, how do I make this run? You just spray something somewhere, or you tap something. You just figure it out. I don't think that's an autodidact. And after a while, you're like,
I mean, it just means self-taught.
Self-taught. So, again, I only brought that up because it's like that autodidactic thing reminded me of you're an empath, or you're a INJT or whatever they call it. It's like a badge of valor. It's like you put your
Yeah, I mean, I remember people used to put that on their online dating profiles, what their Myers-Briggs was. Yeah, it's
dude, chicks are the best with that. Girls ones are the best with that. They're like, I'm a this and a that, and they'll list these 10 things. It's like,
who considers themselves autodidacts? Steve Jobs, Bill Gates.
Well, that's ridiculous. None of them.
Khan Academy.
Bill Gates didn't invent anything.
I know.
But I get the concept of the thing. They aren't though. They weren't. They aren't, and they weren't. They were frontmen, you know. Nepo.
I know, it's funny just seeing who was listed on this, even the Wikipedia page for it.
Smartest person. It's like, dude, these people aren't smart. They didn't have Tesla, or no, what's his name? Elon Musk or whatever. And these other guys you mentioned, it's like, dude, these cats are not smart. They didn't invent anything. That's how it's funny. You know, like, I'm going to refer to some smart people right now. Bill Gates, you know, Elon Musk, Einstein. And it's like,
that's basically what
none of them are smart. None of them did anything.
Yeah, it's basically what they're kind of implying here, that anyone who like invented anything before a certain time period or is said to have is an autodidact, which is probably.
Well, it's funny because if we can zoom out, like, to me, everyone's my dad's age and older, you know, that have probably passed by now. They would be at today's bar, it would be considered, they'd be autodidactics, because all the old heads know how to figure something out, and they think it out, and they'll take some bubble gum and wrap around, you know, put some duct tape and spray some WD-40 on it, and it'll, you know, on whatever it may be, and put any challenge in front of the older heads, they figure it out. So and it's also, along the way, you might have feels, right? That's an empath. And then along the way, you might be a JNTI or whatever they call it. And then you're like, oh, I'm so aware or whatever. It's like, no, all of that is actually, in my opinion, part of that's like basic, the human experience. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are missing that. The ones that you call NPCs and
everyone needs a label, you know?
Everyone needs a label, dude. And they love that label. A lot of people will love the label that is bestowed upon them or self-bestowed.
It has to be special.
Yeah.
It has to be a special label.
Everyone's special.
Everyone's special.
That's that main character syndrome they talk about on the internet. Yeah, everyone's a main character syndrome.
For real.
I love these internet things that these little terms people come up with. It kind of cracks me up.
I know. There's that one channel.
You got main character syndrome. I'm just like, that just fits perfectly.
Yeah, no, it really does. It really does.
A narcissist.
Yeah, man. Everyone, we got the collective fantasy everyone's living in.
Y'all are narcissistic empaths, I'll tell you what. But so am I. No, I'm being silly. But this is I love how it's weird how our combos meander to stuff like this all the time, because it's just what I consider valid. And I'm not trying to psychoanalyze folks. I'll zoom out, and I'm not trying to even categorize folks. Actually, I don't want to talk about people who have to label everything, and I'm over here sitting labeling stuff. But
that's the thing, man. The labels make it easier for the data collection.
You got to compartmentalize your mental mansion.
It's just we're giving them more ways to just separate us into different categories.
Yeah, that's it. The division, the divisiveness of that. And they've tested stuff like that. Bro, it was that one movie, The Last Crime Ever in America, because they were going to turn everything on. If you had like a bad thought, you'd like get paralyzed because you have a brain signal.
Oh, was it the last man?
Last American Crime or something? Because at the time they would go, no, you can't do a crime. If you have a bad thought, you're just going to get like paralyzed because of the signal in the air, in your bio signal.
Oh, I'm not sure what movie it is, but I know there's a lot of movies with the signal thing shutting people down. Like, I mean, even Stephen King's The Signal, but
yeah.
But I'm sure that you could find it and show it to me, and recognize it immediately.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a couple years old. It's a couple years old movie, but or a few by now. But why did I bring that up? I lost my train of thought, dude.
Because of the biohacking that's going on.
Darn it, it's biohacking me right now. Dude, unplug me from the
Well,
system.
because the data that we give them is allowing them to do that, and by separating ourselves in all these categories, it's just easier. It'll be easier in the end.
Yes, compartmentalizing one's thoughts. Is that also, and then also, how can I also be criticizing cats out there in the open that categorize? I always had a problem with genres, man. Especially like growing up in the 90s, and the music was like, how do you categorize this? It's a sub niche of a sub niche.
Same. I never could tell people my favorite genre of music. I never really liked the question.
Yeah, but I also don't want to be a hypocrite and go, I'm also, I do have little terms that I call cats out there. Not some of them are good, some of them are not great, but they're descriptive. Am I guilty of the same action that I'm criticizing? I get the convenience of everything because everything's sold with a convenience, right? But that convenience comes with it's like a venom.
There's always got to be a balance because at the same time you don't want people
But
going
I don't like
around.
fabricated balance, Chris. Pretend balance.
Yeah, not pretend balance. At the same time, though, you don't want people going around saying like, I'm no longer going by he, or like you can't call me he, you gotta call me they, because I'm more than one person. That's narcissistic as fuck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like it's you're not a god. You're not multiple entities in one. If you are, that should terrify everyone.
Yeah.
Like there are basics that we should.
It messes up the flow. It jams up the flow.
Yeah. Especially if they're gonna get mad about it.
I was just getting some water, but you never want to mess up the flow, and that's what they want to do. They want to stop the flow, man. They want to dam up everything.
I don't even know what the hell's going on in the world right now either. Is there we got anything flowing?
Oh yeah, well today's
that special day, right? Today's Friday, March 20th. The what is it? The one of the what the hell is the solar or
spring
lunar
equinox?
Spring equinox. There you go.
Oh, this is the spring equinox show, everyone. Welcome.
It's a magical day.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of stuff that collides today, man, and I would say give everything. Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm giving everything a couple more weeks, another 2 weeks, another 3 weeks, and I think things will shift a lot in first week in April and going and ongoing. This the change being the constant, and the only variable being the rate. The rate is, in my opinion, going to continue to be increased. So lots of change coming, and I'm really
so things are just going to get crazier.
Yeah, so I'm really focusing just my internal. Most of my energy goes towards that.
I mean, it's always in March, man. The Ides of March. It always starts getting nutty.
Dude, can I play another vid?
Of course.
This is a good one. I have it marked where I think I want it. 70474, which is apropos. And I can't remember what this is about, Chris, but I think it'll be decent. Give it a minute and see where it takes us. Do you know this guy? He just kept popping up in my. Now I'm in an algo, and I'm not an algo kind of person.
I don't know this guy actually.
Okay. Well, let's get the message.
Got into like the soul trap information.
I would read about reincarnation in some books. Like I would read about reincarnation. I would read about people talking about how, oh, like if you commit suicide, then you have to go back to learn harder lessons, and you have to like go through multiple lifetimes to sort of compensate for like that suicide, right? And I remember reading that and being like, oh, fuck the spirit guides, right? I remember like fuck the spirit guides, and so that intuition, right, that I had, right, about that, it contradicted the stuff that I was reading. It contradicted the stuff that is espoused by all these new age people, right? And it's the same thing where it's like you can sense that it's like I don't feel like I belong here in this reality, right? Like the shoe doesn't fit, right? I can feel that this reality is evil. I don't really feel like I belong here. I don't really want to be here, right? And that comes from the inside, right? But what this matrix will do is it will gaslight you using like the sacred texts, using spirit guides, using God, using appeals to authority, using entities, right? All of these externally generated sources of information will use that to gaslight you away from your own instincts, right? And people say, oh, but instinct is flawed. Like it's not. It's really not. You have an internal sense of direction. You have an internal sense of like an internal BS meter. Like you can feel just like I did whenever.
Okay, now you see why I played this, right? He's starting to speak my language.
Yeah, no, he's I like him.
Yeah. So why do people look outside for the answers? This video, as you can tell, is a little on the older side. 11 months ago, last year, demiurge and stuff, but that's the type of talk that I like and that I talk. Where's the inflow, like where are you allowing from where this inflow of info to come from? And it's like if you're not being critical of that or that's called basically discernment. There's a long way of describing discernment. You go, I don't know where my thoughts come from. I can't tell the difference if they're my own or external, most likely external. And I can't tell if they're cool or beneficial or not. So, you have to I would say don't rely so much on external like information if it hasn't been fully trusted and verified.
Yeah, I feel like that a lot of the stuff that happened when the host of the show the other night got bumped out and it was just me in the chat. That's kind of the stuff we were getting into a little bit.
Mercury retrograde happening, Chris, also, but continue. I'm sorry.
That's just the similar topic that we were all getting into because we had people were asking about like the archons, the demiurge, and the effect they have on people, on humanity if they exist. Blah 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 blah. So I just went into similar opinions to what you just heard, pretty much.
Okay.
As I'm sure you would have too if you were with me.
Yeah, it's just
Right? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just gotta know yourself, man. Trust yourself, know yourself.
I think so.
I literally have no idea what's going on in the actual fake world outside of us right now.
Yeah, samesies.
I haven't even been on YouTube today, nothing. I'm assuming we're still at pretend war.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Are we? Was there something with aliens or something? Nothing. I don't know. I doubt it. All the all the fun stories, they're saving for last. Whenever you tell, I never call spirit guides angels past family. Yeah. Let the dead, rest.
Yeah, it's I don't know, Chris, one way in reference to that. I just
I've always heard calling on the ancestors is not a good idea because you're disturbing the dead. But I mean, if you want to call your higher self or like a spirit guide, just make sure you test the spirits, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'll say what's up to some ancestors. Like, appreciate
Yeah, I mean, you could say thank you. I wouldn't fucking go asking them for questions about your future and whatnot.
Right. That's where things get dicey, and that's where
You don't even know who you're
I
talking
question,
to. You know,
who's actually, dude. I question who's
coming through.
Sometimes, I mean, I'm open to it, but
Also, is it even working? Yeah, is anyone even channeling anything, or are they making shit up?
is it a delusion? I just can't. I do not want to be in any sort of delusion, even in a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's all, and that's for me. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just saying, like, the self-reflection, introspection. You want to kill all the noise and know, like, once you boil all the ideas away and all the noises and all the subjects and all the stimuli, and you go, you separate all that away, and you're like, all right, now what's going on? What's left? Which is you. You go, what are my ideas on stuff? You know, what do I actually think about a thing? What are my ideas and thoughts?
See, I'm trying to get through Twyman's book. What's it called? Clockwork Shaving. I think it's shaving or under shavings. I'm not sure if it's plural or singular, but because just to see what she went through while doing all that channeling, because I want to see like what responses she said she was getting when things started getting weird. And I'm still working on getting through that. It might be worth like both of us actually talking about a little bit of how, like, oh look, here's something that I don't even know how. Like maybe we could be like, we don't know how she trusted the answers she got here. That was kind of wild that she actually believed that, or maybe it's wild that she trusted it and she shouldn't have. Or maybe we'll be like, yeah, okay, there's a lot that seemed to have backed up whatever the hell she was and for all we know, she could have been subconsciously just answering her own questions. But I know there were even accounts, she said, of her asking a question and not even being like touching the board and answering the same way with someone else who she hadn't told the answer to, like what it had answered previously, which is weird.
Yeah, I'm not even saying it's not a thing, bro. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I wonder if it's just both, and you just have to know, like, the guides, etc. You kind of got to know a discernment on what's what. So there might be people who want to give you bad directions, and then there might be others that are like on your side and want to give you good directions. But
well, the funny thing is, it seems like she came eventually to the conclusion that she couldn't trust any of the entities she was dealing with, and that it was.
See, that's a problem.
And that they were like, they didn't have they didn't have good intentions for humanity, and it seems like her faith sort of shifted. But I mean, I don't know, because obviously then whatever happened or she's no longer around, as far as we know. So it might be interesting to just study some of that, some of her entries in that little PDF booklet and see what the hell was coming through on that board. Because I mean, it's just a good way to see what to like, because this is what you're going to be expecting to see from other people who are claiming to channel. And if it doesn't match, or if it does match, or if it's completely something different, then we all gotta like reevaluate who's maybe channeling something, who's not channeling anything, who's a grifter, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yep. It's like if you were to go to a classic church at some point, and they're all like, I see demons everywhere. I'm like, dude, I don't. I'm gonna fall back because I don't think those demons are so external as you think they are. If you see them everywhere, it's like look in the mirror, like, oh snap, you're the one with the demon, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
It reminds me of that. And I'm a prophet. I'm a prophetess. Oh, really? What's going on? Say a bunch of stuff and go, all right, that was a whole bunch of nothing. You can't just walk around putting your badge on your shot. I'm a psychic. I'm a prophetess. I'm an oracle. I'm a this. It's like, yo, I'm a sibyl. It's like.
Yeah, no, you can't be doing that. And we got what's his name doing that, Bledsoe. Everyone's waiting for like a Easter and then September to see if his prophecy of nonsense comes true.
Oh yeah.
Which I can't wait.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just saying, okay, cool. I'll wait for the results.
I can't wait for him to just be done. Everyone to be done with. I mean, I'm sure his family is a nice family, and they've been tricked and deceived by something, by even if it's a psychological operation by the government. But Jesus Christ, I've had enough of this white lady.
The Truman Show.
The white lady when Regulus aligns with the Sphinx. And geez, there's so much I could say about that, but it's too much right now.
Yeah, it sucks because I actually kind of like that kind of lingo, but it's like, don't flip it around and use it against me. I'm all ears if you're saying stuff like that.
And when you start saying, well, when it aligns with the Sphinx eye, things will change greatly. That's really vague, and then it's all of a sudden now dates are changing.
Oh yeah.
They're pushing it back. Oh, we never gave a date. All right, guys. And then you're telling us you could summon orbs, and then we have people going out there saying they're seeing planes, and he's telling people not to film. They don't like it when you film. No filming. Dude, it's a plane. No filming, not when it's a plane. Yeah, no, I am a little sherry.
Let's get out of here, man.
Yeah. Yeah, let's dip out. We did a good hour and a half to refreshen up and get back in the flow.
Oh yeah.
We'll be back hard and we'll be back strong soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna say give me 3 weeks before I really power back up or even start to recharge.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
before I hit tip top Magoo. Well, this was I like this convo.
No, it was good. It was good. It's good talking to you after a week off too.
Oh, who's not tired, dude? My back's cracking. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's these Black Mirrors, man. They really hurt the eyes. I'm not joking. My eyes are killing me from looking at the screen for no reason.
I gotta wear my glasses.
I'm just gonna start putting my stupid blue blockers back on, but I gotta. Yeah. But appreciate everyone who came by. Appreciate you two running, of course, as always.
All right, let's get out of here. I'm gonna go watch an episode of One Piece season 2 that I've been binging.
Paradise?
No, I saw the latest Paradise, and yo.
I'm hoping next episode is what we've been waiting for. You know what I mean?
Dude, Jane is a wild one, dude.
Oh yeah. We knew that was gonna. I feel like I'm hoping Xavier does his thing and just snap.
Yeah.
Gets rid of her. Gets rid of her.
You have anything else to say, Chris? Because I'm done.
No, that's all I got. All right, guys.
Catre